Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the only tank in the game to have 0 players playing it over the last 90 days. Now, I got this idea because I bumped into a video that I did with Droodles, basically, where years ago, I done a video of one of the rarest tanks in the game. And then Droodles sort of done a video on that, finding a more rarer tank with less people playing, and I thought, you know what, let's do it again, because that was about 4 or 5 years ago. So I was just wondering, is there any tank in Blitz that literally has nobody playing it? Yes, I managed to find just one tank, and it is the Sherman 5. The Sherman 5 literally has nobody playing it, as you've seen at the start of this. 0 players played this tank over the last 90 days, literally 0. So I'm going to be the first. Let's be the first to play this tank, the Sherman 5, a tier 5 UK collectible over the last 90 days. Now, what is the tank like, and why is nobody playing this tank? So of course it is a tier 5. I didn't expect it to be a tier 5. I actually expected something like a tier 2, maybe a tier 3 to be one of these tanks that it has not been played. But yeah, a tier 5. So this used to be a tech tree tank. Of course, Wargaming turned them into collectible tanks back in update 5.5 or whenever it was. And yeah, just no one's playing it. It's not popular. To be fair, it's not a fantastic tank. It's not the best. It's okay. The armor is, you know, non-existent really. The DPM 1390, that is a 6.9 second reload. Your penetration on this tank is a 114 on your AP, 133 on your APCR, and 41 on your HE. You do have a 160 alpha gun, 135 if you shoot premium, and 200 if you manage to pen with HE. Your aim time is 3.3 and your gun dispersion 0.378, and you do have a very nice 12 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of 48 kilometers per hour. So just looking at the stats, there's nothing special about the stats apart from the gun depression, which is actually very, very nice. Other than that, it is all kind of average. Now, having this game, or I had a couple of games just to try and get some footage, it feels okay. It does feel okay. And you know, there's worse tanks out there. There's definitely worse tanks out there. But yeah, I thought it was okay. At most, it was okay. So we're on dead rail. We've decided to go, we wanted to go left side, and there's a reason that. I am a medium, I get that. Maybe I should go right, but I wanted to go to the left side for one reason, because I can get on this hill and then I can use my 12 degrees of gun depression if I can manage to penetrate them. Now, that T14 is actually a very strong armored tank, especially when you do come up against it with other tier 5s. It is very, very strong. And as you can see, we are still managing to get a bounce. Yes, it is from a tier 4, however, but we still managed to get a bounce. I'm happy with that. You can't rely on the armor, of course, but again, it does make it difficult when you're using your 12 degrees of gun depression. And then again there, we do get another bounce. So you can see that using your 12 degrees of gun depression, you can get bounces, especially from tier 5 or tier 4 tanks. You can, and I've proved that right now with 440 block damage at the moment. But yeah, you know what, this tank was never around from the start. It kind of got introduced later on, and then of course they decided to turn them collectibles. So since they've been, well, I say since they've turned them collectibles, it's probably not been popular even when it was as part of the tech tree. It wasn't popular. They've never really been popular. It was the same as I think it's the tier 6 version, the Firefly, the Sherman Firefly. They've never really been so really popular. They've never been popular. And obviously, with 0 people playing this to date for 3 months at least, because it may be even longer. But of course, Blitz Stars only goes by the last 90 days. So I'd love to know when the last time this was actually played, because I'm sure it will be more than 90 days. But unfortunately, with Blitz Stars, you can only go by the last 90 days. Of course, in a month's time or whatever, I can view it again. And then, of course, then you know that it is longer than 90 days. But I'm hoping by the next time I check this tank, there might be more people playing it, because I'm sure people do own this tank. They just don't play it. Of course, a lot of people would have sold it, because as soon as it turned to a collectible, a lot of people, including myself, sold the tank because they wanted the gold. And that's one thing I loved about Wargaming when they turn all these tanks into collectibles. The amount of gold that we got. I can't remember exactly how much gold we've got, but there is a video on my channel, the same as Skate Extreme. There is a video on our channels to look how much gold we could have actually got, or how much gold we did get, because at the time I did own every single tank that turned into a collectible tank. The only downfall with that is because you can only sell 5 tanks a day. To get the maximum gold, it took a number of days, like even over a week, to be able to get that. And if you wanted to build up on your gold, then you couldn't spend it in between. So yeah, there we go. The only tank in the game currently to have 0 battles or 0 people playing it. Now, there were a few tanks I run into that only had 1 player playing it, which we are going to actually do a separate video for that. So let me know in the comments below, do you own the Sherman 5, and when was the last time that you played this tank? It would be good to know if anyone actually still owns it, and if you do, just go play it. Don't make it the most, because at the moment it is the rarest tank in the game because nobody is playing it. So go play it. Go give the Sherman 5 some love. Again, let me know if you've got the Sherman 5 in your garage in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.